Ahmedabad Air India crash has devastated many families, and among the people who are grieving today is Tripti Soni, who has lost precious members of her family. We will now speak to her about how the incidents and the developments unfolded after the crash. Thank you very much for speaking to the Federal despite your grief and the problems that you are facing now. First of all, how did you come to know about the crash, and when did you come to know about the fate of your relatives?
See, I was talking to my brother all his way to the airport. And just before boarding the flight also we spoke with each other about certain business matters. And then I was very comfortable that he would be reaching to London, but maybe after a half an hour or so I got a call from my nephew that the plane which was carrying our, my brother, Bhabi, all that has been crashed. And he called me and it was absolutely devastating to know. I think it is immediately flashed in media that it has crashed, and that's how we came to know.
At that time, when you heard about the crash, did you also come to know that all the passengers have perished and nobody has survived?
See, instinctually, when we hear that plane has crashed, our first instinct is to, in our heart, we understand that, people might not have survived. And immediately the video, after seeing that blast, in my heart, I felt that, that, but we have as a human being, we have a hope. I had a hope that my brother would be survived or among the injured. So we immediately rushed to the hospital and we stayed with that hope till the very evening, So we had that hope that, their names should come into the survivors list.
Unfortunately, there is only one survivor. And what about the bodies of the people, whatever mortal remains, when are they going to hand it over to you?
See, that's a very unfortunate, it's very hurting. So it has been a third day and we are completely clueless as to, what is happening. On the first day, they took the DNA sample and told us that it will take at least 72 hours. So we waited for that. But after 72 hours also, we have no official information, no communication from any authority as to when their bodies will be handed over to us or whether it will be handed over to us or not and what is happening. Every day, morning to evening, we go there and check, whether it has been identified, DNA test has been done or not. But it has not been done after 3 days as well.
It's really sad that relatives who are grieving have to go and check up every day. Has anybody from the local district administration or state administration contacted you?
Not so far, not so far. No official communication has been received about it anyway.
And what about Air India? Since he was an Air India passenger, Air India has all the information, contact details, etc. Have they contacted you or any of the relatives?
Today is the third day and today I got a call from the Air India just to get the information about our passengers, like a very basic, the address and other thing. Otherwise there is no communication so far.
Most importantly, at this hour of tragedy and grief, what are the lessons that we need to learn from this? Since you are experiencing it firsthand, you live in Ahmedabad and the incident happened here, even you are not being provided information from time to time. It might be very difficult for people who live in other countries or other states, etc. So what is it that the administration and Air India need to do now?
See, I feel the unfortunate event can happen to anyone and at any time. It can be a disastrous, war breaks out, and many other disasters happen with humankind, with our race. But I think we should be better prepared to handle it how, See, for example, 300 bodies are being brought to civil hospital and they have no facility to keep them for 3 days. The situation there is absolutely devastating and it's very inhuman also. So it shows our, lack of preparedness for this kind of disasters. So I feel we should be having more of, preparedness for handling. See, if there is no space in the morgue of civil PM room, they can go to the private hospital and hire their places as well in the time of emergency and make it more easier, So I think that preparedness has to be there.
Correct. In a situation like this, the private hospital should have on their own come forward to do it.
Offer their place.
Yeah, but now otherwise if they don't do it, then the government can initiate and do this. I mean, this is a very important situation. I mean, the relatives are waiting for the bodies. They could have done it. Is there any other way? Have your relatives suggested any other way to do DNA matching or any other solution to resolve this issue?
See, you mean to find about the identifying the bodies? Yeah, I got a call from my dentist. That bodies can be identified through denture, X-rays. So if the families can provide dental X-rays, that should be another way to identify the body. But I'm not sure how many people would have that. I think that they tried to get the denture X-rays of the people of the victims. May not be for all, but whoever is there, but this information is not there. Otherwise, the victim's family would have, gone to authorities and given their denture X-rays and, expedite the whole process.
So there is a way to do it. Unfortunately, we don't have the wherewithal. Have you given any suggestions? Are you planning to give any suggestions to the local authorities about what are the steps that could be taken in future?
See, my concern is that, as I said, that unfortunate event cannot be averted or can be. But in future, of course, now this has happened. I want fair and free inquiry about the incidents, that why it happened. I feel like that victim like us, we should get the justice. And for that, first step is to have a very free and expedite inquiry. We should soon come to know, we should know that why it has happened and what was the reason. And this should be, done fast.
Closure for the Ahmedabad Air India victims' families will happen only when the real cause of the tragic accident is found out and the families are informed about that. Also, the way there has been a delay in the DNA testing, matching and identification of the bodies is creating more distress to the families over and above the tragic aircraft. With camera person Ramarajan, this is Ganapati Subramaniam in Ahmedabad for The Federal.